and it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Iryna Strutynska, a recognized expert in digital transformation and education. Her presentation will explore a tailored digital maturity model of SME transformation. Please.
Hello. Yeah. No. Good day, all participants of the conference, and welcome. I completely understand you. It's difficult to focus after the good lunch, but here we are, and we have to follow our schedule. And let's begin. Let me introduce to your attention the result of our scientific research on the topic Bridging the Digital Divide, a tailored digital maturity model for SME transformation. And before we dive into the main content, let me briefly introduce our team. Next slide, please. Yeah. We are a big SME team, a diverse group of 5 talented experts from different areas: economics, computer science, and mathematics. Next slide. So let's begin. Over 98% of all businesses in the EU and the UK and Ukraine are micro and small enterprises. This type of business suffer the most in times of crisis, but they are also the most flexible and adaptable to change. Digitalization is an opportunity for every small business to become stronger. And in Ukraine, it's a matter of survival. If you lose your office or own warehouse, you continue to operate online. In the EU and the UK, it's a path to growth, competitiveness, and access to new markets. Please, yeah. If you want to support SMEs in their digital transformation, it's essential to align the key program and policies, global and national policies and frameworks that help us to understand the current states of very important law and policies. And this slide provides an overview of key policy initiatives that shaping the digital landscapes both worldwide and in Ukraine. It helps us understand the strategic direction that are currently driving digital transformation, and also to highlight the importance of policy support for small businesses in their development. You can see the most important policies that work worldwide and also in Ukraine. Please, next slide. So this is a strategy that highlights and drive digital transformation and set the strategic direction. But how do we currently support small businesses on the ground? One very practical tool is a digital maturity model. And let me explain how it works and why it's so important. In today ever-changing digital landscape, such models can help businesses to identify their current state, also to understand the gaps and to understand what steps to take next. And now it's important to notice that there is no one fits for all model. Around the world, a lot of organizations have developed their own digital maturity model designs with different architectures and with different focuses. The main difference lies in their assessment focuses and their specificity and the areas they taken into account when measuring the digital maturity level of organization. Despite the fact there are many digital maturity assessment tools around the world, but they focus on the needs of micro and big-sized enterprises. In contrast, we focus on the needs of micro and small businesses, and it's also worth to notice there are many digital maturity models have been developed by governments, large corporations, and in partnership with universities and governments. Our digital maturity model, DIG SME, is a result of in-depth research and practical collaboration. Also, that makes our model distinctive is that they combine academic knowledge with real world insights from business experts and local authorities. Also, our project was supported with 2 international research projects. Please turn to the next slide. The digital maturity model DIG SME framework based on 3 key pillars and includes 14 indicators and 57 dynamic sub-indicators. It evaluates scope block that collect, please turn for the previous slide, thank you, that collect information about a business, such as size, industry, structure, and other. This information taken into account when we developing a diagnostic and also a recommendation maps for an enterprise. The second block is technical block. This is designed for measuring the level of basic technical solution, hardware, and software. These 3 main blocks are divided into 14 sub-indicators that will allow us to understand readiness, technological readiness of business to implement different digital solutions. And organizational block that contains 6 main indicators: personal, security, marketing and online presence, strategy and innovation, customer relationship, and data management and analytics, as well as 33 sub-indicators that will allow us to understand readiness of management and staff for digital change, and also how open the organization to find the solution and implement different digital solutions that help it to survive and scale. Next slide, please. Evidence of our work, what we've done so far. We developed and launched the MVP, DIG SME. Also, we work with on data protection issue with experts in the UK and Ukraine. We conducted a pilot test of DIG SME in Ukraine and the United Kingdom as well. And over 200 respondents were involved in testing the platform. And the most important that we have received a positive feedback from our users. Next slide, yeah. As I mentioned recently, we developed DIG SME business health check that help businesses to identify weak points, to understand digital readiness, and to receive a practical and tailored recommendation regarding digital transformation. It's easy to use. The service is online. It takes less than 20 minutes for an initial diagnosis. And also it's far cheaper than using consultants that are too expensive for micro and small businesses. It works like this. Business going for our link, create an account, complete the survey, and receive the digital maturity results, and also practical recommendation, or we call this roadmaps for digital transformation. On this slide, you can see a visual representation of the digital maturity index result that respondent sees on his account. It's a digital maturity index and two blocks, technical block and organizational block. Also, next slide, please. The respondents have opportunity to compare their result with the previous assessment and with the average score in their own region and the region, other region of Ukraine and the United Kingdom. Also, respondents receive both. Please, next slide. Respondents receive two recommendation maps. One is a brief recommendation and the second is a full recommendation. The brief recommendation map help business to identify, quickly identify priorities, and while the full one provide actionable step-by-step plan to implement different digital solutions for further digital transformation. Please stand for next slide. Yeah. Our goals for today. We have currently two goals. The first goal is to develop an additional module as an architectural extension to the existing digital DIG-SME platform. This artificial intelligence model helps us to generate practical and tailored recommendation regarding industries, and also provides different digital solutions that most important for every business. Also create toolkit and video guide in English and Ukrainian. It helps us to explain businesses and local authorities why they should use our digital service. And the second goal is to develop a partnership with local authorities, with business network and digital tool providers. With local authorities, help us to integrate our DIG SME service into digital recovery and policy program, with business network for distribution and provide service through the business network, and with digital tool providers for to offer their digital solution for our recommendation ecosystem. And in conclusion, the implementation of digital maturity model DIG SME is a strategic priority to reducing digital inequality, accelerating the digital transformation of SMEs, and by leveraging this model, business can enhance their resilience, expand market opportunities, and integrate seamlessly into global value chains. And thank you for your attention. That's all for today. You can see on this slide a QR code, and if you are interested in collaboration or partnership in this topic, please scan this QR code and complete the form, and we will be happy to speak and work with you after conference, because it's very valuable and useful to listen your thoughts and your comments, because it's very important to scale our solution. And find partners in different regions to scale and collect more data.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Dear colleagues, maybe do you have some questions? Please, Vitaly. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for your very interesting... Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for your very interesting and illustrating presentation. It's very impactful. And I would like to ask you about, as I understand, you compare Ukrainian and British index of maturity in this case. So maybe you can say about similarity and maybe disparity in maturity index of these two countries, and maybe what your recommendations, for example, Ukraine.
Thanks for your interesting question. It's very interesting and very complicated because we not compare just Ukrainian and British indexes. When we started our research 7 or 8 years ago, we started as a researcher that interesting what happened in the small and micro businesses in Ukraine, and we work with our master students, and it was passion us, and we established this service just now. And why we talk about British market? Because now the last 1.5 years, I have been working closely with micro and small business in Ukraine and also in the United Kingdom on the program Step for Ukraine. We work with relocated business and not just relocated business, with businesses who just started from the scratch. And now we understand deeply the needs of this type of business. And when we developed this platform, we just developed for the context of Ukraine, particularly on the context of Ukraine. But when we present our research to the United Kingdom colleague, many people ask me, why just for Ukraine? Because we want to help our business in Ukraine. Maybe you try to develop the same platform or adapt this platform for the United Kingdom market and compare the results, because in the United Kingdom more than 15 models, different designs with different architecture, but it's mostly work in consultant segment, and it's not cheap, but we provide open access solution.
Thank you, Irina. As far as I see, Vitaly satisfied completely. The second question from Vadim.
Okay. Thank you very much for your inspiring presentation. Please correct me if I'm mistaken. You are assessing a small, medium-sized enterprising using your digital maturity model. So to plan, or perhaps did you start implementing the next step, helping these SMEs to improve their indicators through an acceleration service or something like that?
Yeah, we've done some results, and when we started to develop this platform, we work with our business organization board in Ternopil, and also with local authorities and experts, and the interest of this platform was very excited. But now everything is changed, and business very exhausted, and it's difficult to motivate business to take the survey. And now we work closely with DIA business in Ternopil, and the last group, it's veterans and military family businesses who want to improve their businesses or just run the business from the scratch. And what about plan? We want to collect data, because we now have just more than 200 participants. We want more, because when we implement artificial intelligence model into our existing digital maturity model, it's important to have a big data set and work with this data.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your questions. Who is next, please? Oh, Vladimir.
My question is connected with the first question. Do you think, is it correct to compare Ukraine and Britain? In Britain, economic is stable, with the word very stable. In Ukraine, economic only is standing, formatted. Maybe it is more correct to compare Ukraine with Germany when Germany has united and West.
I completely understand your question, and definitely yes. Yes, it's correct. Because it's the same type of businesses with the same problems. Maybe to have more opportunity to develop their business through the government's policy and program, because a lot of program from the governments work special for small and micro businesses. But in the United Kingdom, maybe it surprised you, also a problem, because not enough attention for micro and small businesses. And now as academia and business work together to create and to integrate a new survey that focus just for micro and small businesses, because it's the same quantity that Ukraine, 98% of businesses. And not enough attention for this type of businesses, because just a lot of survey and attention for medium and small and large businesses. But micro is a bone of economy.
One moment, I'm sorry, please.
I have been in Britain, in Newcastle area. They have used neural network composed by two computers for planning the production for some years. I ask the question, do you teach your model when you explore it? They said, what for? Our economic is stable. Tell me, please, where in Ukraine is such situation? Thank you.
Yeah.
The emotional part of discussion. That's why you can continue. Please.
I completely understand what you're talking. Economic established and United Kingdom very progressive and a lot of innovation. But when we talk about general micro businesses, it's the same problem and needs. And we adapted our model. We made a different data set for United Kingdom, when we collect just data from the United Kingdom and also data from Ukraine. It's the first question in our assessment, where you're located. And after that, we also implemented a different digital solution, and we ask about different tool.
I'm sorry, because we had the very emotional questions, that's why I appear.
No, we're also very excited and interested about the further research, because we understand more deeper the situation and we compare the data. Now we just collect it.
Okay, more questions, please. No one? Why? We have 8 minutes. For first time. Yes, Vadim, more.
Just to return back to Britain, 30 years ago they were stable. 29 years ago they were not stable. 25 years ago they were stable again. Then they played football at Wembley. I seriously doubt that British economy is stable today just because the world is suffering from different risks and fluctuations of risks. So this is just to put into the context. Do you think that there is a possible bidirectional flow of expertise between Britain and Ukraine in terms of looking at best practices in risk mitigation at these turbulent times? Perhaps this digital maturity model might help you both ways. I mean, at Ukrainian and British and to just to match people together.
Yeah, of course, it's the main goal for us to match people from academia and from businesses, because it's very important to receive expertise from both market. And we now working in the United Kingdom with organization terms that provide support for refugee businesses through all the United Kingdom, not just Ukrainian business. And in Ukraine, we also have partnership with boards that I mentioned before, and just bridging the bridges to connect people we can implement and to do more in Ukraine, because we understand we can access resources from the United Kingdom to develop this service and help Ukrainian business. And the most important that we understand, we should work with local authorities, because local authorities and business organizations who work with small and micro businesses, it's our customer when we say about business model, and businesses just our users. And we should motivate business to take this survey.
Thank you, Iryna. Thank you for your question. Maybe one more? No. Thank you very much, Iryna, for delivering your contribution in our conference. Thank you very much, and we can continue our part of conference. Next, we welcome Dr. Mariya Shyshkina, renowned for her contribution to ICT in education. She will present innovation approach to creating electronic resources that support educators' research activities through the Aixploria. Please.
Thank you very much.
You can use this or this.
Maybe this.
Okay, thank you.
And where to slide? Right. Thank you. So about our results about creating electronic resources to support educators' research activities. First of all, about a few words about our institution. We are from the Institute for Digitalization of Education of the National Academy of Educational Sciences of Ukraine. And we were the co-organizer of the ICT conference for years, yes, also. So we are very lucky to be here for the 20th anniversary of the conference. And also about the mission of our institution is digitalization of education, and we consider all these fundamental and applied issues concerning emerging educational technologies and learning tools. That's why we also would like to share some experience concerning just educators' research activities supported by Aixploria. And also, I would like to share some experience of our international projects, which were realized together with Stefan Svetsky from Bratislava Technological University. And it was fruitful cooperation with our institution. We were engaged in 2 international projects. Stefan Svetsky was coordinator, and also he provided for our use this IT tool, which we use for creating electronic resources for teachers. So about this investigation concerns just teachers' support. This is teachers' support. And about artificial intelligence and transformation of academic research. We just themselves are researchers, and we work in academic institute. And that's why every day we deal with different IT tools for supporting academic research. And we would like to share some ideas about it and about all this informational exposure concerning diversity of these instruments and different opportunities of the use of these instruments, and also our ideas about how to support this process for teachers and how to cope with this some maybe overloaded of this information. So we have the situation when researchers are drawing in a sea of AI tools. As we deal with electronic resources and tools for education and research, so our mission is consider and try to just maybe try to maybe make some approaches to deal with it. Yes, and also the aim of the research. That's why concerns to flexible and partially automated personalization of AI services selection. Why we say about services selection? You may say that there are a lot of possibilities to find these services in internet. Now educators and teachers and academia researchers, they also use all this. And what is the problem with all this? I don't think that this is a simple problem. Because you know that we may really make meaningful search for useful resources by one click. For example, if you maybe have a glance at the design of our presentation, we just asked ChatGPT to find for us services containing the templates for presentation. And by one click, it was selected and we used it. So it seems that the problem is very easy, but if we consider it in more detail, then we see that this is really the maybe such an universe of services. To classify AI tools, this is also maybe has no sense, because there are very good catalogs, very good collections where all these services are already classified. And when we consider Aixploria, which is one of such very massive catalogs of electronic resources, so in this catalog there are more than 5,000 resources. So there is no possibility to select among all them. That's why we decided to consider the IT tools to support just selection process and to make personalized educational packages for teachers to support their research activities. And for this purpose, we used the IT tool VPET V4, which was developed by Stefan Svetsky, and also it is patented tool. And this is an author's tool for creating personalized educational packages. we considered the situation with having over 5,000 tools grouped by thematic categories, and such collections are also now very popular. There are a lot of them in internet. So there is not about making collections, because we already have a lot of collections. And this is about individualized, personalized collection of resources. We decided that this way is promising because really AI makes a possibility to select very easily and very quickly. But this doesn't resolve the problem of making meaningful decisions because just variety of selections grows. That's why we try to automatically convert structured data, tables of data, into ready-to-use web resources, just for some individual use of these collections to maintain useful resources for teachers. It may be individualized, may be shared, and also a two-tiered approach to tool selection. Again, to the problem of selection, we may one click and we get just collection of some resources. What is the problem then? The problem is that, as we know, working with AI, everything is everything should be under proper use, under just checking and testing the results of, for example, AI selection. And when we consider the collection of resources Aixploria, we saw that not all the information in this collection, not always it is proper. We should, when we select something, we should just try these resources, consider their reliability, test these, make useful descriptions concerning to our pedagogical aims. And that's why there is a two-tiered approach. One stage of selection is the selection criteria for word papers, and another one is testing and using and description of the features of these resources for our just individualized collection, which we produce. So, among criteria of selection were the stages of pedagogical experiments, such as search, collection, accumulation of data, presentation, processing, analysis and interpretation of the results, validation, discussion, and implementation. And from all this variety of Aixploria, we may consider resources which fit all of these stages, but it is not enough only open the description of the resources in Aixploria and just fit it to our purposes, but we also try to use these resources and share our experience, which of them are useful and most important as for supporting some stages of the experience. For example, I will show some examples of the resources which we selected for this collection. And I would like to say that this is only one example, because collection of educational materials may be various type, not only collection of resources. This also may be collections of other kinds of materials, of data, of references, and other kinds which the teachers may need. But now there is a collection of the resources for research, and there are some of the examples, and you see that many of them are unusual because without some preparation and such maybe special tools as we provide, some of them simply may be unfamiliar. There's also examples of such resources, for example, for presentation, processing, and visualization of patterns in data, also for analysis and interpretation of the results, and implementation, publication, distribution, and others. And this is the result. This is the result of using VPAD V4 tool for creating such electronic resource. It is created automatically from the table which we form manually. Why manually? Because we test all the resources which we insert here. We don't do it by one click. But if you like, you also may produce resources of any kind using these IT tools. And now we have in this resource, we have just descriptions of stages of experiment and the resources, the services itself, and clicking by the service, you just get access to it. So this is useful collection, everything in one place. Such such an idea. There are some other examples of using VPAD V4 for collection of different kinds of resources, because now educators are in the era of informational explosion, and we really have very good tools to select and search for necessary services or for necessary materials or for some information. But simply we have the problem of another explosion just to collect meaningful information. And for this, we propose such a tool. There are some examples of using this VPAD V4, and also the process of automatically producing web resources from the row table. And also a few words about our project, from which all this we just were in this project, and during the project, one of the aims of the projects was testing different application of the proposed software. And when the project started, it was in first was in 2019, the second was in 2022, and it was before the era of AI. We simply considered collection of resources and useful electronic collections for teachers in these projects. But then when AI became such a breakthrough in education, we found that even in this case, collection of useful resources for teachers may be crucial, and maybe even more at need, because AI is developing too rapidly, and the problem of teacher training is really first and foremost. And now testing our approach in real world settings.
I am sorry, 2 minutes.
2 minutes, and it is
For you.
That
Okay.
is the end. This is the end. The two questions: how often do they use AI services? And you can see that almost everybody, yes, and quite often is 53% about our community, where we undertake trainings for teachers, and can we therefore be helpful in the educational processes? Maybe most of the teachers say yes. And then the conclusion. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your presentation. Dear colleagues, please, questions please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this presentation and for this work. I also believe that training teachers and helping them get up to speed with the technologies is of utmost importance right now. I had two questions. One is new AI tools emerge almost every day. How do you plan to keep up?
Yes. You see, this is just our approach. When we started our investigation, it was 2022, and there were dozens of tools, you see, dozens. And we all, at the beginning, we decided that we make collection of all of them. But now, this is impossible.
Right.
That's why we propose such approach as individualized, as personalized collection, because people cannot process 5,000 of items of information in their mind. You see, that's why we use some meaningful data, meaningful for us, and not all of the data. So we decided that personalized collection may be more useful than all general information which exists. That's why.
Okay, thank you. And I also have a second question, if you don't mind. Have you considered including some kind of ratings or recommendations between the users of your application so that they can share what they like to use or what pipelines they use, like how they use the tools one by one? So because like a more experienced user can share their experience with the starter, with the newbie, and that can help them get up to speed with using AI tools more.
I think in such informational exposure as we have now, maybe impossible. Before we did it, yes. When there were some famous tools, you see, for example, LMS, for example, or distant learning. What do you use for distant learning? There are 1, 2, 3, 10, 20. Not more. But now there is diversity which is simply maybe impossible to deal from this point. Of course, we make some questionnaires among our community, consider some data in the literature and so on. But I think that first, we cannot take some examples which are universal, because for everybody, this example may differ. And the second position, which we just gain, you see, that it is not useful to test everything by ourselves, as it was before. Because before, we also just we deal with investigations of use in ICT for learning. And our investigations were using that or that tool. and we have experience in this. But now we can see that Aixploria is so much that it is not useful to investigate this ourselves, because there are problem, for example, for some period and for large institution to make good testing of some tools. That's why now we try as much as possible use the results published in literature.
Mariya, thank you very much for detailed answer. But another people waiting the next question. Professor Vitaly Kobets.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So thanks a lot for your very interesting view of AI tools for support of research activity. And I would like to say that support of research activity in literature review is very important using AI tools, and it may be most important support in this activity. And I would like to ask you about how can you mitigate impact of different AI tools on a bias in literature review, because different tools have different access to literature. For example, some has to open access, some has gold access, and something has Scopus, Web of Science. And if we, for example, in our individualized trajectory or path choose some tool, then it can decrease our access to another literature. So the question is, what do you propose to mitigate impact of separate AI tool for literature review to broad access to different points of views?
Yes, I see. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes, really. I think that collections now are so so huge, you see, that as for us, our approach is to select the useful tools, to test it, to check if they really, if they say that they are free, is this really so? It is not always so. If they have free trials also, test all this. And if this is closed, maybe for us, it may be simply impossible to test it. That's why in our collection, we provide all this data for our community. This is our approach, that how we deal with it. If it's closed, if it's partly closed, or something like that. And in this variety of services, we select those which teachers may use mostly for free.
Thank you, Mariya. We can see the reaction of Vitaly that is satisfied completely. But we can continue our questions, the last questions. Please, one moment.
So thank you. You said that you were testing actually each of the tools or some of the tools. And I was wondering if you were trying to have a systematic way of testing. And specifically, there is a trend to try to understand the fates. Fates is a set of properties for machine learning models like fairness, ethics, etc. Do you try to classify this? Because I think it's really important to understand actually, for example, what are the bias of a model? Does not mean you don't want to use it, but perhaps by knowing it, you will use it a different way, etc., etc. So do you have a systematic way to test your model? And do you introduce some fates evaluation of the properties in it?
Yes. You see, maybe testing, it is not maybe this is not in full sense proper word, because we don't do testing of this tool in in proper sense. Because as I say, this is a very serious task. And to test some tool, you may use, for example, testing one tool, it may be the whole research. That's why I just mean something different. We use this two-tiered approach, and we simply checked if the information about this tool proper. If it really, for example, if they say that this is for free, this does that and that, but we investigated this catalog Aixploria. We simply checked the information provided in catalog, but not testing these resources by ourselves. And I also, we have such a position that not to mix these options, because to test resource is very important task, and we cannot do it properly for a lot of tools. But tools, this area is developing so rapidly that we simply only are able to collect these topics, and they are already changed. You see, that's why this our collections, individualized collections, they are very simple, just to catch something important for this moment. Maybe this is the approach.
Thank you, Mariya. Dear friends, it's a finish this part of our session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And time is time, life is life. We go ahead, and now our final presentation in this session comes from Dr. Yuliia Bartashevska, respected scholar in management and the digital economy. She will address the challenges and prospects of youth employment in contents of Industry 4.0. Please.
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. We are like to present you our research industry for challenges and prospects for young employment by Halina Ryzhkova and Yuliia Bartashevska from Alfred Nobel University Dnipro, and Nina Rizun and Irena Pawłyszyn from Poland, from different university. Now society and we are experiencing in era of Industry 4, and it is, which means a change in the production model towards greater automation, control over all value chains to the product life cycle, and greater focus for the clients, his individual needs. Production system now must be flexible and cost effective to ensure companies' greater competitiveness in the national and international market and labor market too. The technological priority such of systems is ensured by digitalization using intelligence, machine, big data, cloud technologies, and so on, so on, so on. The implementation of these technologies allows for rapid scales up of production and enterprise teams and business process to cooperate harmoniously regardless of location. Which? Okay, and Industry 4 is not only about positive. Firstly, on the other hand, we have a positive effect. For example, it's increase productivity of our system, it's resource efficiency, it's reduce waste and scaling up production, and flexible and stable production. It's on the one hand. But on the other hand, we have increases production rates, it's resource consumptions, it's environmental pollution, changing the labor market and reducing for some jobs. Okay. Okay. We say about Industry 4, and we can see the key items, key areas in Industry 4. It's IoT, cloud computing and cloud technology, it's big data, it's modeling, it's AI and robots, it's scaling, integration, vertical and horizontal, it's cybersecurity and cyber physical systems, it's AR and 3D printing and so on. Okay, if we say about job market, on World Economic Forum in 2023 said about that in 2027 will be creation 69 millions of new jobs, but destroyed, for example, loss of 83 million jobs, and we have we can see the negative trends in the labor market. What about skills? Skills in 2027. Yes, it must be analytical and creative thinking, it's resilience and flexibility, it's lifelong learning, social influence, leadership, and the next. But in 2025 on World Economic Forum, this focus a little bit changed. And what about 2030? What about jobs? For about the focused on labor market in 2030, at the labor market appear of 170 million new jobs, and we can lose of 92 million jobs. And now according to World Economic Forum, we have a positive trend at the labor market. What about skills? What you need and our new students, our new specialists will be needed in future labor markets. It's analytical and creative thinking, resilience, flexibility, agility, leadership, social influence, strategic planning, and thinking. And the Forbes research also confirmed this data. The main areas that will be developed in coming years, it's a business process automation, AI, cloud computing, cybersecurity, automation of operational technologies, machine learning, and additive manufacturing, and the next. And the skill by the Forbes research will be needed in case it's data management, analytical, strategic planning, and thinking. And now we have a question. What skills does the future specialist need be in demanding modern labor market? On the other hand, at the era Industry 4, it's technical skill, house skills, very important. Big data, analytical, and AI, and the model, and so on. But the other hand, the employers always want to see in a potential candidate a set of general skills. And the purpose of our study, of our research, is to identify gaps in the skills expected by companies and skills possessed by graduates in order to minimize expectation and reality gaps, and well as to improve the training of specialists and decrease the demanding labor market. Firstly, I want to a little bit compare transformation context of Ukraine in Poland by some parameters. Firstly, it's technological priorities, it's skills and education, and what about challenges? Sometimes we can see equals problems, equals categories. For example, the technological priorities, it's AI and Ukraine in Poland, automation in Poland, but digitalization, especially government sector in Ukraine, smart industry in Ukraine, but infrastructure in European Union country and Poland too. Next, skills and education. For Poland is retraining, digital skills development, but in Ukraine it's a human capital formation and educational programs. Challenges in some countries. In Poland it's low investment in digital literacy, and in Ukraine it's structure constraints and military, unfortunately, actions. What about research? This research about Poland and Ukraine labor market, distribution of our respondents. From Ukraine, we surveyed 45%, and from Poland, 55 respondents. What about age? Students from 18 to 26 years old, bachelor and master degree from universities in 2 countries. By gender, 63% of respondents are women, and the last are men. Our survey, our research was conducted through the anonymous online questionnaire in 22 years. Our respondents need to maybe must to answer the question to understand the importance of certain skills in the era of Industry 4, and graduate your prepared to from very high level to none. So next. The McKinsey Global Institute for Research of Future Skills has developed the model Delta to identify the basic skills of the future specialist for graduating citizens and digital in a digital environment. According to this model, there are 4 measure groups of skill categories. It's cognitive skills, interpersonal skills, self-leadership, and digital skills too. In these groups, there are 3-4 subgroups of skills, 13 in total. Skills from other group you can see at the screens: communication, planning and work, and so on. We used this model to our research, and Finally, we have 4 groups of skills: cognitive, interpersonal, self-leadership, and digital skills. In subgroup, it's critical thinking, planning and ways of working, mental flexibility, development in relationship, teamwork, effectiveness, self-awareness and self-management, goals achievement, digital skills, software use and application use, digital fluency and citizenship, understanding the digital system, and skills in each subgroups. You can see at the table 2. And let's consider more details. Readiness respondents to work in era 3-4. The next, cognitive skills. The distribution of skills and proficiency level by cognitive skill category presented at figure 1. So what's the result? The noticeable that students rate their skills in the cognitive category above average, and the level of proficiency is very high and high, above half of our respondents have 50% in all categories of all groups. The highest level of proficiency of skills, it's mental group flexibility, adopting this different context and desire to ability this learn. The next one. The distribution in group of interpersonal skills, only 3 subgroups: collaboration, resolving conflicts, and communication skills. We can see at the figure 2. And we can note the students have poor knowledge or afraid to apply conflict resolution skills in practice. And 6% of students, of respondents, indicated no, small, and next. It may be, to some extent, it was affected by the years of COVID, of pandemic. Now it's next, it's online study at the university, at the school, and so on. That students scholarships can't be working at the team, resolving conflicts, and so on. The level of communication skills and collaboration at the high and very level and very levels, almost 60%. Next, self-leadership group. 3 subgroups here. It's self-improvement, result orientation, and understanding of emotions and triggers. According to survey result, future specialists highly evaluate the level of their own managerial qualities, namely self-improvement, result orientation, and understanding our emotions. The level of master skills of these skills is very high, and high level above 30 at summary, about 46% of most respondents. And more than 76 of respondents answer below the medium and above level of self-leadership skills. This is a rather high education, but shows the readiness of future specialists to master new skills and knowledge, and ability to manage own time and understand their own emotions. Next, digital skills. Not very positive for students, but Distribution skills in digital group you can see in figure 4. Here it's cybersecurity, it's IO technology, algorithmic thinking, data analytics and big data, programming literacy, VR and robotics, cloud computing and AI. And here, as most of answers fall into the medium category, low level and none. This indicates a potential systemic and comprehensive skill gap rather than isolated deficiencies. The lack of knowledge and skills in the digital category is also present in the large number of respondents, and the share of responses is 15 to 29%. It's a fairly large indicator. These answers show us it's a fundamental organization and problem in adopting to digital transformation in future specialists, and the main problem in digitalization area and misunderstanding of the needs industry 4. Their surveyed responses see the following ways to overcome the digital barrier. Internship, training of enterprises during practice during study, participation in real project, work in team, work with mentors.
Sorry, 2 minutes. Because
Okay.
we must leave the sometimes questions.
Okay. Next one. Так, ну тут наложилось. Short statistical analysis, we use the negative binomial regression, and we can see. Not see. Так, можете эту последнюю строчку как-то убрать? Вот это, что было видно, это что текстовое. Нет, ну ладно. Okay, according this result, we can draw a conclusion about each group of skills and their level of mastery. Interpersonal skills have the exponential coefficient 0.86, which indicates the high level of mastery of skills in group of this category. If you can say about self-leadership, exponential coefficient 0.9, and stable situation compared with the cognitive skills. And the digital skills have exponential coefficient 2.86. That means that other things being equal, the expected number of people with gaps in digital skills is almost 186%. That it's higher than the expected number of gaps with cognitive skills. And conclusion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, the next stage, questions, please. Is it start? Dr. Vadim, please.
Thank you for an inspiring talk. I would like to clarify the role of Industry 4.0 in your approach. Do you mean that it is a teaching subject on Industry 4.0, or you do something for Industry 4.0 in your curriculum, or please clarify that?
Yes, I'm from IT department, and I'm study for computer science students digital skills, but we say about that students from other specialty from economic, logistics, finance, not very proficient in IT IT skills.
So industry is used, I mean, your talk, it is used like the name of the discipline. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Vadim. One more, please. No questions? Please. Sorry. One moment.
Whether it was estimation of students of themselves, of their skills in industry, or of importance of these skills in their, in industry 4.0, in the digital sphere.
Students in industry 4 themselves, yes. What my skills in this era of industry 4. Yeah. Not better than, but in industry 4. Yeah, but digital skills is not very well for students, yes. Okay.
Thank you. One more question.
I actually had the similar question, so thank you for asking it. Yes, but I have more questions. Thank you so much for the study. It's very enlightening and quite frankly, very surprising for me to hear. The results are very surprising for me. Like for one, the fact that our students rated their soft skills, like leadership skills and so on, pretty high. Because like from my personal observation, the fact that a lot of Ukrainian students spent most of their time studying lacking collaboration experience, lacking interactions with their peers and so on, actually made their soft skills and leadership skills and collaboration skills a little bit worse as compared to like the previous generation and so on. So, and like the digital skills is also surprising to me that even students from non-IT departments, non-computer science departments rate their digital skills so low. I was wondering with like previous years, but you can see the dynamics and just the current results. Maybe the baseline is not where we should think it is.
Yeah, we want to follow in our research in this year. We want to a little bit improve our questionnaire and yes, work with the students and compare dynamics from 22 and 25 years, yes, from Ukraine and Poland.
Because I think the dynamics would be more enlightening because maybe we expect, the skills to be self-assessed at a certain level, but maybe this expectation is not, maybe the expectation is flawed. That's the thing. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. One more question, please.
So thank you. I'm jumping on the previous question actually because when I saw that, I was like, if I had to rate my digital ability, I would have been low on most of them, and I'm computer science professor. So actually, I think it depends on the level of the question. If you ask what is your leadership maturity, I can say yes, I'm quite good. If you ask how many methods do you know for consensus during meetings, etc., it's a bit different. And then perhaps if you ask to students, what is your level of digital skills, they will rate it better than asking, what is your cyber security proficiency? What is your augmented reality, virtual reality, blah, blah, blah. It's so precise. Actually, it's a bit... I could say, no, I know nothing about cybersecurity, but it depends what you mean by knowing this, if it's setting a firewall or writing a new crypto analysis, blah, blah. So perhaps it may bias a bit the results?
No, it means about basic digital skills, basic cybersecurity at internet, working this application, working this government services, for example, correctly with payments. That's all, basically digital.
But was the student aware of it? I mean, the respondent aware of the significance of these specific questions? Because it could be understood different ways, I mean. Yeah, maybe it can help.
Detail of question, firstly, do you know what is, for example, big data and what is your basic skills in, for example, big data and basic skills in some digital services? Is you understand what is it and what is your skills in this?
Thank you very much. In conclusion, time is time, life is life. Everything has finished. No, please. I'm the main. Now and here. I have 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes. Okay, everything has finished, but not now and not for us. That's why our conference, we can continue in another auditory and continue our personally communications during our coffee break. I welcome everybody. Go to coffee break and continue our session. Thank you very much.